Good evening, children.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, children. Good evening. Good evening. Is my voice clear, children? Is it audible and clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Wednesday, I had shared a link with you, a YouTube link. Did you have time to go through the videos, watch the videos in the link?
Yes.
Done with watching all the videos?
Yes.
No, ma'am.
Why?
Ma'am, I'm having exams in my school.
Oh, okay. How many of you finished? How many of you are, like sure about the content of the videos?
Ma'am, I have also not seen that, ma'am. Now, yesterday only my exam was over, ma'am.
Okay, so didn't have time to
I
go.
ha- Yes, ma'am. I had worksheets and I was doing that, ma'am. I'll see it tomorrow, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Fine, fine. Anyways, today's class is a continuation of the content of that video. But anyways, like that knowledge is not whether you have the knowledge of the contents in those videos or not. That's not going to affect today's class. So don't worry. But make sure you at least watch the videos by tomorrow's class. Is that possible, children? Those who have not watched the videos, please make sure you watch them by tomorrow. You can write it later, but visit the videos, watch them at least 2-3 times. Can you do that by tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please do that. I don't remember. I think there are about that playlist link has, I think, about 10 videos in it. 10 videos or okay, somewhere around 7 to 10 videos. Please make sure you watch them by tomorrow's class. All right, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
many of you are ready? How many of you are ready with the contents of the videos?
Ma'am, I did most of the sums, ma'am. 3 sums alone are remaining, ma'am. That I do.
Okay, so that you can finish by tomorrow, Ada?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good. Who else has completed watching or partly watched?
I have completed.
Sangamitra, very good. Okay, Sangamitra is ready then. Who else?
Ma'am, I have also completed one.
Deepika, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good, Deepika. Fine, others, I believe you have some genuine reason, maybe exams at school or whatever good reason you have for not watching, fine. But please make sure you complete it by tomorrow's class. Please watch the videos and be ready by tomorrow's class.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Look at this question on the screen. In the given figure, lines AB and CD, lines, meaning they're straight lines. It's given that AB and CD are straight lines. Lines AB and CD intersect each other at O. All right. Find the values of X, Y, and Z. Yes, Pranav, are you there? Can you try it, Pranav?
Ma'am, can I say?
Just a minute, Shreyas. Shivani? How do you find X? Ananya,
Ma'am, can I?
all right, Shreyas, tell me.
Ma'am, since AB and CD intersected O, Z is equal to 84 as they are opposite angles.
No.
ma'am.
I want you to find X first.
Ma'am, can I say?
Yes, Hitesh?
Ma'am, if we add angle AOC plus angle COB, ma'am, we will get 180, ma'am. So we can write
Yes.
84 plus 2x is equal to 180 and we can substitute.
Find the value of X.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Correct, Hitesh. Good. So AB is a straight line. AB is a straight line. Just a minute, children. Yeah. AB is a straight line and ray OC stands on the straight line AB. Ray OC stands on the straight line AB. Now you can see that 2x and 84. 2x and 84 are the two angles that stand on the straight line AB. They form a linear pair. Meaning the sum of the two angles is equal to 180. Sorry?
Ma'am, we can also take 2x plus z is equal to 180, no, ma'am?
No, but when you write 2x plus z is equal to 180, you do not know the value of x, you do not know the value of z. Both are variables, you cannot find any. You cannot start with 2x plus z is equal to 180. That will not help you to find x or z. Yeah, so 2x, so AB is a straight line. So 2x plus 84 is equal to 180, linear pair. Solve that and get the value of x. Next, how do we find y?
Ma'am.
Somebody else, y?
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, Shreyas?
Ma'am, ma'am, angle AOC plus angle AOE plus angle AOD is equal to 180 degree, ma'am, which is 84 plus 75 plus y is equal to 180, ma'am.
Which is a straight line?
CD, ma'am.
CD is a straight line. It's given that CD is a straight line. So the sum of all the angles on the straight line will add up to 180. So on the line CD, we have 84 degrees, 75 degrees and Y. The sum of these three angles will be equal to 180. So 84 plus 75 plus Y. These are the three angles on the straight line CD. 84, 75 and Y are the three angles on the straight line CD. So that sum will be equal to 180. Here you cannot say linear pair. Linear pair is only when two angles stand on a straight line. Linear pair. So here you just say sum of the angles on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. So we just say 84 plus 75 plus Y is equal to 180. Not linear pair. Reason is not linear pair. Sum of the angles on a straight line is equal to 180. So that's how we find Y. Then how do we find Z?
Ma'am, may I?
Yeah.
Ma'am, Z is equal to 84 as is it an angle AOC or opposite angles?
Vertically opposite angles. Z is equal to 84 degrees. Vertically opposite angles are equal.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm having a doubt, ma'am.
Sure. Yeah.
To find Y, can we do like this, ma'am? See angle COB and
yeah, vertically opposite angles are equal. Yes, yes. Correct.
yes, ma'am. So
Completed. Complete. Yeah.
2x is equal to 96, ma'am. We can subtract 96 minus 75, so we'll get y is equal to 21, no, ma'am. Can we do like that?
Perfect. Yes. 2x is equal, that is angle BOC is equal to angle AOD. Vertically opposite angles are equal. 2x is equal to 75 plus y. That's the equation. 2x is equal to 75 plus y. Is the equation right, children? What is 2x? 2x represents which angle?
Angle COB,
COB.
And 75 plus y represents which angle?
AOD.
angle AOD, ma'am.
AO?
AOD, ma'am.
AOD. And what kind of angles are AOD and BOC?
Vertically opposite.
Vertical opposite angles.
They are vertically opposite angles and they are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal. So angle BOC is 2x is equal to angle AOD, which is 75 plus y. So we have the equation 2x is equal to 75 plus y. Since we already found the value of x, you can substitute and find the value of y. That's also a method of finding y. See the answers here. The values of x, y, z. Go through this quickly and take a screenshot. I hope you're going through the answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
children.
ma'am.
Yeah, please see the answer line by line. Any questions? Get them clarified. Shall we take up the next one?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Yes, tell me the value of y. How do we do this?
Ma'am, Ma'am, 5y plus AOD angle AOD plus 2y is equal to 180 degree, ma'am.
Yeah, the equation is right, but what can you find using that equation? Will you get the value of y using that? Think.
Ma'am, if we take the line PQ and COB and AOD, we get AOD as 5y, ma'am.
Perfect,
But
yes.
and if we add 5y, and 2y, this is 12y, which is equal to 180. And by dividing 180 by 12, we get the answer for y, ma'am.
Very good. Yes, that's right. Good, Satvika. Now, children, it's given that AB, CD, and PQ are lines. They are lines. They are straight lines, and they are concurrent at O. It's double R for concurrent. They are concurrent at O. So these three are straight lines. And given some angles, we need to find the value of y. See here. This angle and this angle, angle AOD, this angle, and angle COB, this angle. These two angles are vertically opposite angles. Angle AOD, this one, and angle BOC, this one. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are formed only when straight lines intersect. Here, three lines go through the same point. See, concurrent, okay, let me tell you. This word concurrent is used when three or more than three lines intersect at a point. Meet at a point, not intersect, meet at a point. Point of intersection is the point where two lines meet. Point of concurrence is the point where three or more lines meet. See here. Here, two lines. In this figure, two lines AB and CD, they meet at O. So O is the point of intersection. O is the point of intersection. We say that lines AB and CD intersect at O. Lines AB and CD intersect at O. We will not say that they are concurrent at O because it's only about two lines. When two lines meet at a point, or we say that the lines are intersecting lines, and the point where they meet is called the point of intersection. O is the point of intersection. AB and CD are intersecting lines. AB and CD are intersecting lines. Now in this figure, we have more than two lines. We have three lines, AB, CD, and PQ. We have AB, CD, and PQ. We have three lines going through the same point O. When three or more than three lines pass through the same point, when three or more than three lines pass through the same point, the three lines are said to be concurrent, and the point through which they go through all the three lines is called the point of concurrence. Point of concurrence, like point of intersection for two lines, point of concurrence for three or more than three lines. So here AB, CD, and PQ are concurrent lines. While when we have two lines, we say they are intersecting lines. Intersecting lines for two lines. Concurrent lines for three or more than three lines passing through the same point. Point of intersection, point of concurrence. All right. So three lines are concurrent at O. And yes, I was telling you that these are vertically opposite angles and they're equal. These are vertically opposite angles, they're equal. So if this is 5y, this is also 5y. So now the straight line PQ, on the straight line PQ, we have 5y, 5y, and 2y. So the sum of these three angles, see here on the straight line from here, see here the straight line PQ, straight line PQ from here, 5y plus 5y plus 2y. You start here and you land on the line. So you're going through an angle of 180 degrees. When you start from here, you're like starting from 0 degrees. And then 0 degrees, you travel and you come back to the line. You come back to the line. So you've made an angle. You've made an angle of 180 degrees. See, from here to here. So 5y plus 5y plus 2y is equal to 180. And that will give you the value of y, 15 degrees. Many other ways, children. You can use, now tell me, how else can you find y? Using the same idea, vertically opposite angles are equal. Arav, think of another way of finding y.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Identify another pair of vertically opposite angles. Identify another pair of vertically opposite angles.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
POC.
ma'am, POC and DOQ, ma'am.
POC and DOQ.
DOQ. Or
Okay.
AOP and QOB, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now you choose any one of the two. Choose any one.
Ma'am, that POC and DOQ, ma'am.
Okay, so what is DOQ given?
DOQ is 2y, ma'am.
So if DOQ is 2y,
So
then
DOQ is equal to POC, ma'am. So POC is also 2y, ma'am.
POC is also 2y. Now which straight line will you consider?
Ma'am?
Which straight line will you consider to use the property that sum of the angles on a straight line is 180?
Ma'am,
Now see here, you have got 2y here. This is 2y. We have 5y here. We have 2y here and we have 5y here. All these
Yes.
three angles stand on which line? These three angles. 5y.
ma'am, POQ, ma'am.
See here, you're starting from here, 5y, 2y and 5y.
Yes, ma'am, POQ, ma'am.
No, POQ. No, you're talking, see, we are talking about this angle 5y and this you said is 2y and
Ma'am,
this,
POC, ma'am.
no.
Ma'am, COB, ma'am.
Ma'am, AB, ma'am.
No, I think I was asking Arav. 1 minute, Shreyas. Arav, see here, this is 5y. Okay, so 5y plus 2y plus 5y. Now these three angles stand
Ma'am, AOB, ma'am.
AOB. See here, you can just see it here. 5y plus 2y
Yes,
plus
ma'am.
5y.
Yes, ma'am.
So these three angles stand on the line AOB.
AOB, ma'am.
Yeah. Now we know that a straight angle measures 180 degrees. A straight angle, angle AOB will be 180 degrees. Angle AOB, see here, angle AOB. This is straight
Yes.
angle. Angle AOB is the angle on a straight line because
Yes.
AB is straight line. AOB is 180. That means 5y plus
5y plus 2y plus 5y, ma'am.
is equal to 180.
Yes,
Correct?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, all right. One more method, children. How can you use CD as a straight line and do this? Now, Satvika said using the straight line PQ. On PQ, 5y plus 5y plus 2y is 180. Now we did 5y plus 2y plus 5y. That is on the straight line AB. On the straight line CD, you can say 2y. These are vertically opposite angles. If this is 5y, this also is going to be 5y. If this is 5y, this is also 5y. So 2y plus 5y plus 5y is 180. CD is a straight line. CD straight line. So 5y plus, this is also 5y because vertically opposite angles are equal. So 5y plus 5y plus 2y is equal to 180. 12y is 180, y is 15. So the value of y is 15. Okay, you can also do it like this. Look at this one. It can also be worked like this. But what we discuss is a simpler approach. Here the property that sum of all the angles around a point is 360 degrees. We know that the sum of all the angles around a point is 360 degrees. So you can see here the pairs of vertically opposite angles are mentioned. Pairs of vertically opposite angles are mentioned, and we know that they are equal. So if this is 5y, this is 5y, 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 2y, 2y. So we have all the 6 angles around point O. Around O, we have 6 angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Around this point O, 6 angles are formed. 6 angles are formed around the point O. 6 angles are formed around the point O. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angles. So we know that the sum of all the angles around a point is equal to 360 degrees. Complete angle. The sum of the angles on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. Straight angle measures 180 degrees. Complete angle. The sum of all the angles around a point is equal to 360 degrees. So you can add all these 6 angles around the point O equated to 360 and find the value of y. Take a screenshot, children. We'll come to the proof later. We'll finish the
Ma'am, can you
numerical.
show me that, ma'am?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did
sure.
not take.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, good. We'll just do the numerical ones first. We'll come back to the proof later. Yeah. Now Tarun has to work this and give me the answer for the first one. All of you try. I want the answer from Tarun. The first one. Once you're done with the solution, please do not announce the answers. Answer only when requested.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I have a doubt on the first question.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is it A minus B, ma'am, or A plus B?
A minus B. It's given that A minus B is 80 degrees.
Ma'am, how to do this first sum, ma'am?
Yeah, I'll just give you all 5 minutes, not 5 minutes time, 3 minutes time. We'll see the answer, Arab. Just try, think.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Tarun. You can just read out whatever you've tried. Not that you'll have to give the final answer. Whatever you've tried in your book.
I think I got it.
Satvika. Okay. Just a minute, Satvika. Pratiksha, do you have something in your book? Nikita.
Can you show me?
Sorry? Yeah, I can hear you. How many of you think have got the answer? Satvika? Who else along with Satvika? Sangamitra, is it? Got it? Okay. Anybody else? This is general, children. Don't think this is related to. Now, don't think you have not watched the videos and that's the reason why you're not able to try this. No, it's not at all related to the videos. That the content of the videos are, it's different altogether. Whether you watch them or not watch them, that's not going to affect your understanding of today's class. Okay, let me ask Sangamitra. Yes, Sangamitra.
Yes. A minus B is 81 and A plus B is 180 since they are linear. So
Yeah.
A will be 80 plus B.
Okay.
So we have 80 plus B is equal to 180 degree.
So
80 plus B is equal to 180 and 2B is equal to 100 and B will be
50. Okay, so when B is 50, A is? No, I couldn't hear you.
Ma'am, 1 minute, ma'am, I'm doing.
130.
130 degrees. Perfect. Satvika, correct?
Ma'am, I tried it differently, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
And I got B as 130 and A as 50.
A cannot be 50 because you can see A minus B is 80 degrees. So when A minus B is 80, it's very clear that A is the greater angle and B is a smaller one. Maybe somewhere with the signs you've gone wrong. You've tried it correctly. Just check the signs.
Ma'am, I've got A as 130, B as 50, ma'am.
Yes, you're right, Arav. Read your steps.
Ma'am, first A minus B is equal to 80 degrees. A plus B is 180 degrees, ma'am. We
Okay.
have to add them both. So
Very good. Yes.
A and A will be 2A and B minus B plus B can get cancelled.
Perfect.
So then 2A is 260 degrees, ma'am. Then
Yeah.
A is 260 by 2 and 130, ma'am.
Yeah.
Then A plus B is equal to 180, ma'am. 130 plus B, that A is 130. So 130 plus B is 180, ma'am. So B is 180 minus 130, 50, ma'am.
Very good, Arav. That was very confidently said. Very good.
Thank you.
Nice. Very good. Keep it up. So I had the same thing in my mind, children, to solve the two equations. So one is given to us. A minus B is equal to 80 degrees is given to us. And from the figure, we get another equation. A plus B is equal to 180. So now we have two equations with us. A minus B is equal to 80. A plus B is equal to 180. A plus B is equal to 180, linear pair. It's given that they form a linear pair. POR and QOR, they form a linear pair. A and B form a linear pair is given to us in the question. So A plus B is equal to 180. A minus B is equal to 80. You can write any equation first and the other one next. Anything first. Write the equation. So write the equations one below the other. Write the equations one below the other. A minus B is equal to 80. A plus B is equal to 180. Now, when you add these two equations, minus B plus B will get cancelled. A plus A is 2A is equal to 80 plus 180 is 260. So 2A is equal to 260. A is equal to 260 by 2. A is equal to 130 degrees. Now substitute. A is 130. A is 130. So 130 minus B is equal to 80. 130. A is 130, right? So 130 minus B is equal to 80. On working this, you will get B is equal to 50 degrees. So A is 130, B is 50. Shreyas, you still have this doubt? If it should be A plus B 80 or A minus B 80 is good? And Satvika, you found your mistake?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any questions, children?
No questions.
These are only for discussion, so I have not worked the answers. You should be able to do it. With what we have discussed, you should be able to work it by yourself. Write the equations one below the other. Minus B plus B cancels out. A plus A is 2A is equal to 80 plus 180 is 260. Solve and find A, substitute and find B. You can also substitute the value of A in A plus B is equal to 180. You can also put it there. A plus B is 180. A is 130. So 130 plus B is 180. You can also get it from there. Now try the second one. Very similar to the first one. Do the second one, children.
Ma'am, I got the answer.
Yes, Satvika. What's the value of A?
A is 130 and B is 50, the same as the last.
Okay, no? Okay. Again, the same thing. Okay. A is 150, B is A is 130, B is 50. Yes.
No, ma'am, B is 50 and A is 130.
Oh, okay. Sorry. A is 130 and B is 50. Okay.
Ma'am,
Deepika,
yes, ma'am.
you two got it? Good.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the two equations, Deepika?
Ma'am, A is equal to 30 plus 2B, ma'am.
Two equations. What are the two equations? You must have written two equations, one below the other. What are they?
A minus 2B, which will be equal to 30. So A will be equal to 30 plus 2B, ma'am.
Okay. The other one?
A plus B will be equal to 180 degree.
Okay. A plus B is equal to 180. A plus B is equal to 180 and A minus 2B is equal to 30. We need to solve these two equations and find the values of A and B. All right. Are we all getting it? We have learned how to solve two equations when we did the chapter polynomials. It's not new.
Ma'am, finished.
Yeah, good. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Read what you have in your book, Arab.
Ma'am, A plus B is 180 degrees, ma'am. A minus 2B is 30 degrees, ma'am. Minus, you have to subtract, ma'am. So
Correct.
A and A will get cancelled. You have to change the sign to minus over there.
You have to change the signs throughout in the second equation, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. You have to change
So
the signs.
A cancel, ma'am. So B plus 2B, 3B, ma'am. Which is
Yeah.
150. B is 50 degrees, ma'am. Then A plus 50, and that A plus B is 180 degrees, ma'am. I substituted B 50, ma'am. So A plus 50 degrees is 180, ma'am. A is equal to 130 degrees.
Very good. Very good, Arab.
Yes, ma'am.
So children, write the equations one below the other. And whichever equation you write in the second place, that is, you write one first and below that you write the other one, right? So that second equation, you'll have to change the signs everywhere. Change the signs in the second equation. So when you do that, A and minus A will get cancelled. A and minus A will get cancelled. So when you work that, you will get the value of B, substitute and find the value of A. All right, over to the next one.
Oh, I completed it.
I too
Okay.
completed, ma'am.
Okay, okay. We'll just wait for the others also to finish it. Children, please look at question number 3, the very simple one. All of you must get the answer for this one.
I got the answer, but
You got it, Shreyas? Oh, nice.
ma'am, but I am not sure that it's right or wrong, ma'am.
No problem. We'll see. You will come to know in 2 minutes time.
Ma'am, completed, ma'am.
Completed? Yes, children? What's the value of X?
50.
Yes, what's the value of X, children?
Is it 50, ma'am?
50,
Six.
ma'am.
50.
50. What's the equation?
X plus 3 plus X plus 20 plus X plus 7 is equal to 180.
Yeah. So nothing is given. It's not given if EBF is a straight line, but that's what you have to take here. It will be given some, so here it's not given, otherwise it will be given that EF is a straight line. But there is no other means by which you can get the answer. So EBF we assume is a straight line, it should be a straight line. So x plus 3 plus x plus 20 plus x plus 7 is equal to 180. Sum of all the three angles on the straight line EF will be equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so 20, 30, 3x is 150, x is 50 degrees. Correct, x is 50. On solving, x is 50 degrees.
Ma'am, I too got the same answer.
Very good, yeah.
Got it, ma'am.
Very good. So Shreyas and Arab. Others? Deepika said she got it. Others?
Ma'am, I also got it.
Hitesh, Shreyas, yes.
I also got the same.
Sangamitra, no, Satvika. Pratiksha got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ananya, you there? Long time. All right, children. Look at question number 4.
Ma'am, 7x plus 150 is equal to 360. Ma'am, then
Correct. The equation is correct. 3x plus 3x plus x plus 150 is equal to 360.
7x is equal to 360 minus 150, ma'am. Ma'am, then 7x is equal to 210, ma'am. 7x is equal to 30, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. X is equal to 30, ma'am.
Correct. X is equal to 30. Correct. The other questions also seem to be easy, children. So just take a picture. You can try it for yourself later. So for 4, you'll have to find the sum of all the angles. 3x plus x plus 150 is equal to 360 degrees. See, for a question like this, children, when you have now, it's not given if AB is a straight line. Okay, it's not given if AB is a straight line. Now, in the earlier one, we didn't have any choice. So we had to go with the assumption that EF is a straight line. And then we said x plus 3 plus x plus 20 plus x plus 7 is equal to 180, assuming that EF is a straight line because there's no other means. Without anything, you cannot find x. So we assume, okay, though not given, EF should be a straight line. Here it's better you're safe. Here it's better you're safe because the sum of all the angles around a point is always 360. The sum of all the angles around a point is 360 degrees. So here AB, AOB may be a straight line, but don't use that assumption since you have something else to work with. So here you please do 3x plus x plus 150 is equal to 360 degrees. Right, find the sum of all the angles around the point O and equate it to 360. That'll be better. When there is no choice, suppose nothing is given, you have no choice, then you take it as a line. You assume it to be a line. If you have a choice, go with that one. So here, use the property that sum of all the angles around a point is equal to 360 degrees. 3x plus x plus 150 is equal to 360. Take a picture, children. Yeah, take a screenshot. You can work all this. Please take a picture. Try for yourself. Read the contents of the slide, children. It's simple, doesn't need any explanation. All right. This is also not new to you. Go through, let me ask you questions based on the slide.
Ma'am, those alternate angles and are included in the diagram, ma'am. Angle 1, that angle PM and
Come again.
no, ma'am. Ma'am, they have given that the following pairs of angle are alternate interior angles, angle 4 and 6. They have given, no, ma'am. Does that include in the diagram, ma'am? That
Yeah.
below the transverse diagram.
Angle 1
Okay.
and 7, 2 and 8. Yes. Let me know if you're done going through the content of the slide.
Tan.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I can't understand that interior angles on the same side of transversal, ma'am.
Correct. Correct. We'll discuss them. Yes. All right, children. Enough. We'll discuss now. What kind of lines, answer my questions. What kind of lines are M and N?
Ma'am, are they transversals?
No. What kind of lines are M and N? Sorry?
Parallel.
They're non-parallel.
Okay. Sangamitra says non-parallel lines. Hitesh, I didn't get you clearly.
Once again, ma'am, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, they are non-parallel.
They're non-parallel lines. So which means?
Ma'am, I say they are parallel lines, ma'am.
Okay. Why do you feel they're parallel lines? Shreyas? Don't you think when you produce them, they'll meet at a point? Here in the figure, they don't meet. But when you produce them on the left side, when both the lines are produced on their left side, they'll meet at a point, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so M and N are intersecting lines. You don't see them intersecting here, but when produced, they will intersect. Parallel lines are lines that will not intersect even when they are produced indefinitely on both sides. Parallel lines are lines that will not intersect even when you produce them indefinitely on both the sides. Intersecting lines are lines that will intersect. That is, which are not parallel. So here M and N are intersecting lines. They are not parallel lines, they're intersecting lines. But you don't see them intersecting at any point here. But you know that when you produce M and N on their left side, they will meet at a point. They cannot meet when produced on both the sides. They'll meet only when produced on one of the two sides. So here, either left or right side. On one side, they will converge. On the other, they'll diverge. They'll move apart. When you produce them on the other side, they'll go farther away. They'll move apart from each other. So when you produce them like this, when you take them on this in this direction, so this is just going to go somewhere like this, and this one like this. They will not meet. These two lines will not meet when produced on their right sides. But when you produce them on the left, they will meet at a point. So M and N are intersecting lines. They are not parallel lines. They are straight lines. They are intersecting lines. They are not parallel lines. What is L? What do you call L? What do you call L?
Transversal line.
Ma'am,
Why do
L
you
is
call it?
transversal.
Why
Ma'am.
is it called a transversal?
Because it cuts two line, ma'am.
Perfect. It's called a transversal because it cuts two lines at distinct points, P and Q. Line L cuts M and N at P and Q respectively. So when a line cuts or intersects two or more lines at distinct points, that line is called a transversal or a transversal line sometimes. Transversal or simply transversal or transversal line. L here is a transversal because L intersects. Now M or N cannot be called a transversal because M cuts only one line, two or more lines. When a line cuts two or more than two lines at distinct points, then the line is called a transversal, not one line. When a line, children take it clearly, when a line cuts two or more lines at distinct points, then the line is called a transversal. So here line L, it intersects the lines M and N at the points P and Q respectively. So L is called the transversal or the transversal line, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Which are the two lines? M and N. L is a transversal to the lines M and N because it intersects both the lines. L intersects M, L also intersects N. L intersects M at P. L intersects N at Q. So L is a transversal to the lines M and N. How many, next question, how many angles are formed around P?
Four.
Four angles. How many angles are formed around Q?
Four, ma'am.
So in all, how many angles are formed when two lines are cut by a transversal?
8 angles.
8 angles are formed. In all, 8 angles are formed when a transversal cuts two lines. 8 angles are formed around the transversal. Around, see, all the angles, they cling, they're all hanging onto the transversal line. They're all hanging onto the transversal line. 8 angles are formed around the transversal. 4 at P and 4 at Q. Okay, now what are these angles called? Okay, name the interior angles. Now these 8 angles are divided into two. These 8 angles are divided into two. Interior angles, exterior angles. Totally there are 8 angles. Now these are called, these 8 angles, 4 of them are called interior angles. The remaining 4 are called exterior angles. Now can you name the interior angles?
4,
Angle
3,
4,
and
angle
5.
3, angle 5, and angle 6, ma'am.
Okay, so angles 3, 4, 5, and 6 are interior angle by their position. Just by their position. Just by their position. And if the angles are in those positions, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, and angle 6, those positions, angles in those positions are called interior angles. It need not always be angle 3. It can be called angle 1, 2, 3, 4 also. So look at the position, not the number 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here by this marking, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, and angle 6 are interior angles. Not Shreyas, not Hitesh. Somebody else answer, not Sangamitra, not Satvika. Others? Name the exterior angles.
Ma'am, can I?
No, not Shreyas also. Now tell which are the exterior angles, children? See, if you have any problem with your microphone, you need to get it fixed. That cannot be a reason always. Yes, children, exterior angles. Pratiksha. Tarun? Can't hear me? Arav?
Ma'am,
Yeah, which are the exterior angles?
ma'am,
Which are the interior angles?
ma'am, 4 angle 4 and angle 5, ma'am. And
No, you were not listening?
I'm listening here. Ma'am, interior angles, the angles which are inside, ma'am. So,
Yeah, correct.
angle 4, angle 5.
What about angle 3 and 6?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. I just told that, ma'am. After angle 4 and 5, the last time what I told.
Okay, repeat. Which are the
Ma'am,
interior angles?
ma'am, angle 4, angle 5, angle 3, angle 6, ma'am.
All these are? All these
Interior
are what?
angles. Interior angles, ma'am.
Yeah, now name the remaining angles.
Ma'am, the remaining are angle 1, angle 2, angle 8, and angle 7. They are exterior angles, ma'am.
They are exterior angles. Okay, they are exterior angles. All right. Now let's so now so we have 8 angles formed around the transversal. In all, we have 8 angles around the transversal. 4 of them are identified as interior angles and the remaining 4 as exterior angles. We are not talking about any equality, children. We did not discuss any equality here. We did not say angle 3 is equal to 4 is equal to 5. No. They're just called interior and exterior angles. That's all. 3, 4, 5, and 6 are called interior angles. We're not talking about their equality or inequality. They are simply called interior angles and the others are simply called exterior angles. Now coming to corresponding angles. So where are we? We are here with 2 lines which are not parallel lines. We have 2 lines intersected by a transversal. 8 angles are formed around the transversal. 4 of which are called interior angles and the other 4 exterior angles. We are there. Now coming to corresponding angles, identifying the positions of corresponding angles or pairs of corresponding angles. So corresponding angles, there are some rules. Corresponding angles lie on the same side of the transversal. That is the first thing. Corresponding angles, they lie on the same side of the transversal. And both the angles will be above the lines or below the lines. The lines are M and N. The lines are M and N. L is the transversal. L is a transversal. So how do we identify corresponding angles? Corresponding angles will lie on the same side of the transversal. That's the first thing. And we're talking about a pair of angles which are called corresponding angles. We're talking about a pair of angles which are called corresponding angles. So both the angles will lie on the same side of the transversal and the angles will be either above the lines or below the lines. So identify such pairs of angles on the same side of the transversal. So look at the figure on the same side. So, okay, children, name the angles on the left side of the transversal.
Angle 1, angle 4, angle 5, and angle 8, ma'am.
Yeah, so like how we named interior, like how we mentioned interior and exterior angles. We have 4 angles on the left side of the transversal. On the left side of the transversal, we have 4 angles, angle 1, angle 4, angle 5, and angle 8. Which are the angles on the right side of the transversal?
Angle 2, angle 3, angle 6, and angle 7.
Okay. So same side meaning either the left side in this figure, either the left side or the right side, same side. Now find 2 angles that are on the left side and above the lines. On the left side and above the lines.
Angle 1 and angle 5, ma'am.
Are the others there in the class? Thank you, Hitesh.
Yes, ma'am.
See, it's difficult to call out names every time, and see that also amounts to some wastage of time. This class is for you, each one of you here in the meeting. Kindly volunteer to answer. Calling out names only kills time. We can save 15 to 20 minutes there. Take responsibility, children. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about participating. Don't we say when you have to take part in a competition, it's about taking part. It's not about winning the prize. It's that spirit to participate. You feel nice only when you connect with me. Kindly take up that responsibility. You're making me treat you all like, primary school children. You're grown up. For other things, when you're advised, we feel, why do you advise me? I've grown up. I can make my decisions. Then, so you feel you're grown up in for certain things. So here also in this class, if you think you're grown up, take the responsibility to participate. Take the responsibility and participate. Yes, children. Now, Tarun, can you hear me? Tarun, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Tarun. Now, I want you to identify two angles that lie on the left side of the transversal. Two angles that lie on the left side of the transversal and below the lines. Two angles that lie on the left side of the transversal and below the lines. Lines are M and N.
Ma'am, 4 and 8, ma'am.
Just a minute, children. Yes, Tarun, what's the answer?
Ma'am, 4 and 8, ma'am.
4 and 8. Very good. 4 and 9. 4 and 8. So how will you explain, what will you say about angles 4 and 8? That means I want you to tell the question. I asked you a question, right? What is the question for 4 and 8? Four and 8 are two angles that
Or on the left side of the transversal and are below the lines.
Yeah, 4 and 8 are two angles that lie on the left side of the transversal and below the lines L and N. M and N. What can be the question for 1 and 5? Don't use the term corresponding angles. What about 1 and 5? 1 and 5 are two angles that
are on the left side of the transversal and above the lines.
Above the lines M and N. Okay, what about 3 and 7? Somebody else? Thank you, Satvika. What about 3 and 7?
Some angles lying on the right side of the transversal below the lines.
Very good. Angles 3 and 7 are angles that lie on the right side of the transversal and below the lines. Which lines?
M and N.
M and N. Very good. What about 2 and 6? What about 2 and 6?
Angles lying on the right side of the transversal above the lines M and N.
Above the lines M and N. Perfect. Thank you, children. So, like this, you have identified pairs of corresponding angles. Now we spoke about 1 and 5, 4 and 8, 2 and 6, 3 and 7. These are pairs of corresponding angles. Corresponding angles must satisfy two things. They should lie on the same two angles that lie on the same side of the transversal and both below the lines or above are corresponding angles. And at a time, we take only two lines cut by a transversal. You may have five lines cut by one transversal. You cannot, so corresponding angles are a pair of angles. You cannot identify, just because there are 5 lines cut by a transversal, you cannot, like mark off 5 angles and say that they're all corresponding angles. Corresponding angles is about a pair of angles. You have to consider 2 lines and a transversal. 2 lines and a transversal at a time. Corresponding angles is about 2 angles. At a time, it's only about 2 angles. So you can consider 2 lines and 1 transversal. Okay. So these are corresponding angles. What with the pairs of angles which we just discussed are pairs of corresponding angles. Are they equal, children? It's mentioned angle 1 and 5. See it here. Angle 1 and 5. Angle 2 and 6. Angle 4 and 8. Have I made a mistake there? Angle 3 and 7. I spot the mistake, if any. Children, we are doing this since standard 7. Yes.
Ma'am, can you repeat it?
Yeah, sure. No. In the slide, let me just zoom in. Here, in the figure, pairs of corresponding angles are angle 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 4 and 8, 3 and 7. The pairs are correct, but don't you think the and should be replaced with equal to?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you. Is there any mistake? Spot the mistake I was asking you. Spot the mistake, if any. And should be replaced with equal to. Yes or no, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Give out your names. How many of you say yes?
Ma'am, Hitesh, I say yes.
Hitesh, Satvika, then
I'm Arav, ma'am.
Arav,
Ma'am, Deepika.
Deepika, Kumuda. Yeah, others. Which one? What, Pratiksha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now I feel no. I feel this is right. I feel equal to will be incorrect. Angle 1 equal to angle 5. No. Angle 1 and 5 form a pair of corresponding angles.
Ma'am, but
Yeah.
the lines are not parallel, so we can't come to a conclusion that they are equal.
Yeah, they are not equal. They are not equal. The lines are not parallel. Then how do we call them corresponding angles? The lines are not parallel.
They are corresponding angles, ma'am, but they are not equal.
Yeah, they are corresponding angles, but they're not equal by the position. By the position, they are corresponding angles. When two lines are cut by a transversal, the lines may be parallel, may not be parallel. The lines may be parallel, may not be parallel. The two lines may be parallel, may not be parallel. When two lines are cut by a transversal, we have all these relations happening. Now here corresponding angles are equal when the lines are parallel. When the lines are not parallel, they are still corresponding angles, but they are not equal. They are still, the relationship holds. They are corresponding angles. They are equal when the lines are parallel. Corresponding angles are equal when lines are parallel. Corresponding angles are not equal when the lines are not parallel. They will not be equal. So this is right. Angle 1 and angle 5 form a pair of corresponding angles. Why? Because we can see two lines. We don't have to bother if they are parallel lines or not parallel lines. We have two lines and they're intersected by a transversal. And angle 1 and angle 5, they lie on the same side of the transversal. Both are above the lines. So by the position 1 and 5, due to their position, they are called corresponding angles. Now, if you want to know if they're equal or not equal, you have to check if the lines are parallel or not. If the lines are parallel, they are equal. If the lines are not parallel, they are not equal. That's all. But they are corresponding angles. So we say and here. Angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles, but they are not equal because here M is not parallel to N. Okay, I think if you had that small confusion or doubt, now it should be clear. Let's move on to alternate angles. So alternate angles lie on either sides or opposite sides of the transversal. And both of them will be interior angles or both will be exterior angles. Here we understood, right? We understood here. We identified 4 angles to be interior angles and the remaining 4 angles to be exterior angles. Now, alternate angles only one thing, children. Alternate angles only one thing. They should lie on either sides of the transversal, opposite sides of the transversal. That's all. Alternate angles, we have 2. Alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles. Alternate interior and alternate exterior. So when you identify 2 angles on opposite sides of the transversal, both of them should be interior angles or both should be exterior. Let me tell you once again, alternate angles lie on opposite sides of the transversal. That's the first thing. So when you identify 2 angles, so you identify 2 angles. Now here in this figure, 8 and 3. See here 8 and 3. 3 lies to the right of L, while 8 lies to the left of L. 3 and 8. 3 lies to the right of L, 8 lies to the left of L. But 3 is an interior angle, while 8 is an exterior angle. So you cannot call them alternate angles just because they lie on the opposite sides or either sides of the transversal. You cannot call them alternate angles because one is interior, the other is exterior angle. So when they are alternate angles, the pair of angles, both of them should be interior or both of them should be exterior. They must lie on opposite sides of the transversal, both being interior or both being exterior. So identify. So these are the 2 conditions, children. Alternate interior angles. So 2 angles, they must lie on opposite sides of the transversal and both of them should be interior. They make pairs of alternate interior angles. And I hope you understand, for alternate exterior, the same explanation holds. Both of them should be exterior angles. Now let's begin. Yeah. Now 2 and 8. Correct? 2 and 8. Look at the figure. Look at the figure. 2 and 8 are interior or exterior angles?
Exterior.
Exterior angles. Do they lie on the same? Do they lie on the same side or opposite sides?
Opposite sides.
Opposite sides.
They lie on the opposite side. So one condition is satisfied, and both of them are exterior angles. So what kind of angles are they? Angle 2 and angle 8?
Alternate exterior.
Alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles. Because they lie on the opposite sides of the transversal. And exterior because 2 and 8 are exterior angles. So alternate exterior angles. All right, children. Another pair of alternate exterior angles.
1 and 7.
1 and
7.
1 and 7. Yes. 1 and 7. 1 and 7 is the other pair of alternate exterior angles. Now quickly, one pair of alternate interior angles.
4 and angle 6.
Okay, 4 and 6. Interior angles. And 3 and 4. Yes. All right, children. So this is about
Ma'am, a doubt,
alternate.
ma'am.
Yes, Shreyas.
Ma'am, how ma'am angle 4 and angle 6 an alternate
Angle 4 and
angle, ma'am?
angle 4 and
Angle 6.
4 and 6. Yeah, 4 and 6. Are they interior angles?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. But how alternate? I don't understand, ma'am.
They lie on. Do they lie on the same side of the transversal?
No, ma'am. Opposite side.
That's why alternate. Corresponding means they lie on the same side. If they lie on the opposite sides, and if both of them are interior, they are alternate interior angles.
Okay, ma'am. If angle 1 and angle 6 means, ma'am, they are not.
Nothing.
They are
There
just
is no,
alternate
there is no
angles.
relationship. No, there is no relationship between them. 1 and 6, no relationship.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so that's about alternate interior and alternate exterior angles. Alternate meaning they should lie on opposite sides or either sides of the transversal. And the two angles, both the angles must be interior or both must be exterior. Alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles. And then we have angles which are called allied angles, allied or co-interior angles or consecutive interior angles. So commonly called allied angles. Let's use that term allied angles. Allied angles. Allied angles are a pair of interior angles that lie on the same side of the transversal. Allied angles are a pair of interior angles that lie on the same side of the transversal. So we have 4 interior angles. 4 interior angles. So you can make 2 pairs. 3 and 6 form one pair. 3 and 6. 3 and 6 form one pair. They lie on the same side of the transversal and they're interior angles. 4 and 5. They lie on the same side of the transversal and both of them are interior angles. Allied angles are a pair of interior angles that lie on the same side of the transversal. 3 and 6, 4 and 5. Now, when the lines are parallel, allied angles are supplementary. When the lines are not parallel, allied angles are not supplementary. When lines are parallel, corresponding and alternate angles are equal. When the lines are parallel, corresponding angles and alternate angles are equal. When the lines are not parallel, they are called corresponding and alternate angles, but they are not equal. Allied angles, when the lines are parallel, allied angles are supplementary. They are not equal. They may be equal, but they need not always be equal. Corresponding and alternate angles are equal when the lines are parallel. Always equal when the lines are parallel. Allied angles are supplementary. Allied angles are supplementary when the lines are parallel. They are not supplementary when the lines are not parallel. Yes, take a picture of the slide, children. Take a screenshot. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, just read through the slide. What is an axiom, children? An axiom is a statement.
Ma'am, a kind of like a rule which has to be followed when you solve these kind of things, ma'am.
Yeah, for which, so, and it's a universal truth. You don't need, it need not be proved. An axiom is a statement which you can take for granted because you know it's true. It's a universal truth. Theorems are statements that need to be proved. So using these two axioms, axiom 1 and 2, we will be proving certain statements which are called theorems. So see what's given to us. A line L. A line L intersects two lines M and N. Line L intersects two lines M and N. M and N are parallel lines. M and N are parallel lines. M and N are parallel lines and they are cut by a transversal L. Given this, we have two axioms, axiom 1 and 2. We will be using these axioms to prove the theorems later, to prove some other theorems later. So what is axiom 1? What are we given? We are given two lines, two parallel lines M and N intersected by a transversal L. So the lines are parallel given to us. So axiom 1, if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. So this is why is this not proved? How can you take it to be true? This is just by actually measuring the angles. By repeated experimentation. Repeatedly draw two parallel lines, take a transversal. So sometimes you will find that alternate corresponding angles measure 68 degrees. Some other time you would have found both of them are 50 degrees. Some other times you see that both are 40 degrees. Some other time both 135 degrees. So repeated experiments have proved that corresponding angles are equal. So you need some basis to start off. So by experimentation, it's found that corresponding angles are equal. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. Angle 1 is equal to 5. How do we know? It was experimented and found that every time two parallel lines and a transversal were considered, alternate angles, corresponding angles formed were equal. Angle 1 was always equal to 5. Randomly two parallel lines. See, you will draw two parallel lines in a particular way. I will do it in a different way. See, all of us will take different kind of, different lines. The distance between the two lines will be different. And the inclination of the transversal will be different for all of us. Still, when we measure the angles, when we measure angle 1 and 5, we find that all of us, we will have different measures. Like your pair of corresponding angles may measure 70 degrees. My pair of corresponding angles may measure 68 degrees. So by experimentation, it was found that corresponding angles were always equal. So this axiom is known as the corresponding angles axiom. If a transversal intersects two parallel, I'm reading the axiom. We are given two parallel lines cut by a transversal L. So that's what is the axiom. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. This axiom is known as corresponding angles axiom. So by this axiom, we know that angle 1 is equal to 5, 2 is equal to 6, 4 is equal to 8, and 3 is equal to 7. Now see, we have replaced all the ands with equal to sign. All and A and D is replaced with equal to, because the lines are parallel. So corresponding angles are equal. How do we know? This is not proved. It's not proved. It was experimented. Repeatedly, this was done, and every time it was found that the corresponding angles are equal. Now the converse of axiom 1 is axiom 2. We'll stop with this, children. The converse of axiom 1 is axiom 2. That is putting this statement in the reverse order. Here what is given is when we have two, in axiom 1, when we have two lines cut by a transversal, that's given to us. Then corresponding angles are equal. That's a result. Given two lines in axiom 1, given two lines cut by a transversal, result corresponding angles are equal. Now the converse of axiom 1. What is the result in axiom 1? That will be given to us. And whatever was given in axiom 1 will be the result. In axiom 1, we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. This is given. This will be the result in axiom 2 in the converse. And here in axiom 1, the result is each pair of corresponding angles is equal. That should be given in axiom 2. In the converse, that should be given. What is given becomes a result. If you exchange the given and result, that becomes the converse. If you exchange given and the result, that becomes the converse of the this axiom. So if a transversal intersects two lines, see the words used carefully, two lines, not parallel lines. if a transversal intersects two lines such that a pair of corresponding angles is equal, you don't need to have all the pairs of corresponding angles equal. If simply one pair of corresponding angles is equal, then the two lines are parallel to each other. Because if one pair of corresponding angles are equal, then every pair will be equal. In axiom 1, we have if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. This is known as corresponding angles axiom. The converse of this axiom is what you see here. Converse of axiom 1. Converse of axiom 1. What is the converse of axiom 1? That is only axiom 2. And what is it? If a transversal intersects two lines such that a transversal cuts two lines such that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. So we have two lines, a transversal intersects two lines such that angle 2 is equal to 6. Say 2 is equal to 6. M and N are two lines cut by a transversal L such that angle 2 is equal to angle 6. Oh, a pair of corresponding angles is equal. Then it means M is parallel to N. Then it means that the two lines are parallel to each other. Then the two lines are parallel to each other. So in tomorrow's class, we'll see the proofs for many theorems based on these two axioms. With the help of these two axioms, we will be proving many statements in the next class, which are called theorems. Take a picture of this, children. Please make sure you're completing all this in your tuition notebook. Once you write it, it gets registered in your mind. This is not, don't look at it as a burden. When you do all this then and there, when you write it once in your notebook, you know, it's so powerful. When you connect with it, when you connect with what, if you're just looking at the slide and copying everything into your book, no use. It's as good as not writing it. When you again read through the contents and, you know, write it with interest, that connection is very important when you complete your tuition notebook. That connection, that interest is very important. So with that interest, when you complete your tuition notebook, you don't know how powerful it is. So that retention is improved. You can retain this for a long time. Of course, repeated practice is important. You need to keep putting it back. Before it fades away from your memory, you should again revise, reinforce, and register it. So you do it 2-3 times, it remains with you forever. Now for now, so we cannot achieve all the 3 steps today. What you can do now is complete your tuition notebook with interest. Connect with the subject. Complete your tuition notebook with interest. Then later, after a month, revise. Again, revise. It's registered. For the exam, you're ready. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please stay back. Else you may leave the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Thank you.